right, welcome back, everybody. Glad to have you here on this Ask the Expert show. You can join us, and better yet, join Michael Brown. Call him off of the air directly at 438-3838. Call 438-3838 for Michael Brown and his Creative Real Estate Solutions team. Find out the options, the solutions that are available to you when it comes to real estate. It's not just the buying and selling that we all grew up with. There's so many different solutions and nuances when it comes to real estate. Find out what options might be best for you, your situation, your finances. Find out for free. Call Michael Brown directly at 438-3838. And right here on this Ask the Expert show. Welcome back, Michael.
It's always good to be here. And if you got questions tonight, give us a call directly, 627-7979. Thank you, Joe, for that question. It was a great question. People ask me all the time, like, how do I get started in real estate investing? And I say, well, you can read my book, and that'll give you some insight. And it's free, by the way, my free book. Let me stress that. I don't want a penny for it. You can download it off the website, UnitedFundingCorp.com. Just go to the free book tab. And it's about an hour read. I get right to the point, and I talk about flipping, this, that, and the other. But I firmly believe everyone should have some real estate in their portfolio. Stock market's great if you win, but you might lose. But real estate, I always look at it this. Every property you own is like another Social Security check. And ask Grandma, you can't live off one check. And checks in the mail, that's, if I was in my office, I'd yell at my assistant, what's my favorite time of the day? And she said, when the mailman shows up, because I like getting checks in the mail. And, if you've got a handful of income properties and your spouse has got a handful of income properties, you'll forget all about your Social Security check and you wish you bought more income properties, because I guarantee that little portfolio is going to outperform your accumulation plan and the interest you hope you earn on it, and all that's going to go right, and you hope taxes don't go up. Income properties, they go up with inflation. The payments can go up. But just read the book. But here's the thing. If you want to be a real estate investor, you want to learn to flip the house and all that good stuff, I have a program. It's called my Joint Venture Partner Program. If you want more information, you can go to the website. It says Mentor Program. Again, UnitedFundingCorp.com. You can go check it out. And if you like the brief description in the video, then it'll tell you to text me and we'll have a one-on-one Zoom. And we'll see if, we want to work together, because my program, I'm not trying to sell you a bunch of books and tapes or CDs or online downloads and classroom training. We're going to do some classroom training, but we're going to actually go out and talk to people who have situations, and we're going to see if we can solve their problems. The beauty of it is we don't charge them a dime when we solve their problem. We're going to make our money by buying the property or bringing another buyer in who's going to pay us for finding that deal. So we call it a win-win. The seller always wins because the problem we come up with solves their problem, and they don't pay us. That's free. You can't list your house for free. You have to pay the person selling your house. Well, people like to sell their house and not pay fees. So they like to at least consider our options. Most of the time I can show people more lucrative options. It just depends how much time, how fast you need. Every situation, everybody's house, financial situation, personal situation is different. So we're going to be very empathetic. And then we're going to be very analytical. We're going to analyze, and we'll say, well, hey, we could present this option. It's probably not their best option, but it might be a good plan B, because sometimes plan A doesn't pan out. Things happen, or your situation changes, and it's good to know a plan B. So if you're the investor with me, we're going to solve people's problems. Sometimes we could solve it on the spot, and 30 days the deal is done. Sometimes we follow up and say, hey, Damien, things change. Oh, yeah, I was about to call you guys. So I follow up with people to make sure that plan A worked out. Sometimes it doesn't. Or sometimes they just need some more advice. And guess what? That family, that person, that couple, they're going to remember us. And they may refer a friend a year later, a coworker who's got a situation. And, if you give, you just circulate your advice and it comes back around and all that good stuff. But we also, because we're out there helping people, sometimes we're the buyer. Sometimes we'll make a cash investment. We'll buy that property, fix it up and sell it, or we'll buy that property and then turn it into an income property. And when you're looking for properties to build a portfolio, the people who find the best deals are the people who are hands-on investors. Do you have to do this full-time? No, part-time. I did this business part-time for 2 years before I replaced a very lucrative mortgage business, but I realized I was busting my butt in that business, and I wasn't getting checks in the mail. I had to go earn every single check. And I found that any business that I can create income from by doing work one time, not totally passive, but relatively hands-off. Once you have an income property, what do? You check the mailbox once a month, and if it doesn't come in by a certain date, you send a letter out that says, you better have my money. And if they don't have your money, you call them up and say, what's going on? Everybody okay? And then most of the time I've had people who don't pay, they can't pay. Usually I can get them to move out in 30 days. I say, look, I don't want to take you to court. I said, and depending on the situation, I've given people first and last month to move into some other place to help them out because it was worth it to me because I was ever going to start my income back up. And because I don't rent my properties out, I finance them. I got another down payment that more than made up for their first and last month and then the months they missed. So there's a lot of little things I could go into. But it just, when I train somebody, it's on the job training. They're generating leads. We're working on those leads together. We're trying to solve people's problems. And we're looking for win-win scenarios. And sometimes it's a win-win-win. We find a seller, there's a buyer. We're not agents. We don't act as agents. We're doing business with people. We make assignment fees and things like that. We can fund deals with partners who are looking for passive income. It's fun. People ask me, what do you do? I say, I play Monopoly for a living, but I focus on solving problems of other people, and then it just works out for me. My father always taught me in business, son, make sure it's a win-win. He always said, if your W is small and theirs is big, that's okay. As long as you got to win, just make the deal and move on to the next one. And, so I'm here to help people. But everyone should invest. Not everyone should be an active investor. Some people want to be passive investors. But investing in a sense that you should buy some real estate. Just like you should have a 401k and take the full matching, right? I would invest in a 401k at work and take the full matching. Then I would take the rest of my money and then either invest it in myself so that I can, maybe go back to school. Now you can create more income or pick up some skills. There's a lot of, there's a company, a university called Udacity. There's all types of training you can get online. You can't go to school and get a master's in automated guided vehicles. You go to Udacity and get a certificate. And maybe you can need a computer science major. And then they already have companies looking for people that can help with automated guided vehicles. In order to catch the next wave, you got to start paddling now. So always invest in yourself. Real estate, it's not going anywhere. I tell people this is never going to be automated. I don't see, and mark my words, artificial intelligence is not going to replace somebody in this business. It's the biggest decision most people make is, do I buy, sell? And most people don't do it again and again like I do. That's why I can do it in my sleep. But everyone starts somewhere. Like the caller we had earlier, he's ready to get into real estate. First thing I said was, congratulations, you made a decision. In life, I learned you have to decide, then you commit, then you succeed. It's like New Year's resolutions. People, they join the gym. By February, it's back to the same old guys at the gym, and they didn't commit. Real estate, something you want to learn. You can be great at anything you want to be. It just takes time and effort. I don't care what it is. If somebody else can do it, you can do it. You want to be a marathon runner, you can't run 26 miles the next day. You got to build up to that. Matter of fact, they don't even train at 26 miles. They get up to maybe 15, and then they just go out there and then they push it. Not for me. I don't need to prove that one to myself, but I commend those people because just the mind over matter of that. So. Sure.
You put that in a very good way. And especially in the news today, you find things all the time when it comes to investments. People talk about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, and that could dry up tomorrow. Or the stock market. What are you really putting your money in? But like you said, putting your money in land, it's not going to go away. People are always going to need housing.
It's never going to go out of style.
Yeah.
And I don't think people want to live in Scooby-Doo vans either.
Sure. Well, and they all depreciate over time and whatnot. The land is still the land. You can put a new house, you can put new finishings on something, and it looks just as new as new.
I got to share this thought. People need air, water, food, shelter.
Yeah.
Think about it. Air, you got 3 minutes. Water, you got 3 days. Food, 40 days and 40 nights.
Yep. 3 weeks.
And shelter, you're gonna burn up in the summer, or you're gonna freeze to death in the winter. And then you need transportation. Auto business, real estate business, two of the big. Water, good luck in that business. Air is free. Food, restaurant business, number one business is start and fail. But real estate's always going to be here. It's just always going to be here. So why not have a piece of the pie? It's the number one way to become a millionaire in America. But again, so just to get off the investment thing for a second, my name again is Michael Brown if you're just tuning in. I'm a real estate investor and advisor. I own United Funding Corp. We specialize in helping the Hampton Roads community when people have situations. If you're a seller, you've got a situation. We'll give you a free analysis. We'll help you look at your situation from every angle. We might advise you to give a certain person a call who might be a better solution. We might be a cash buyer. Maybe we can come up with a number that works for everybody. Or we may have another creative solution. We'll show you some of the tricks of our trade as investors where you might be able to make even more money if you're patient. And it's kind of a segue into helping other people become investors with our assistance. If you really want to be an active investor, well, we've got a joint venture partner program where you can learn while you earn and go on appointments to me and go out and look at properties and so forth. And if you're a passive, accredited, I stress, you must be an accredited investor and you know who you are. I call it the 1, 2, 3 formula. 1, you're a millionaire, not counting the equity in your home. 2, you make at least $200,000 a year. And your CPA will certify that. Or 3, you make $300 as a couple. And then we have some other passive opportunities. I'm doing a flip transaction right now, and one of my partners, he loaned $55,000 to me. And I told him, I said, what's a good rate of return? He goes, 10 or 12. I said, how about 25%? He said, sold. And I'm only borrowing the money for 4 months. So he's going to get back $59,000, $60,000. I'm like, fine. I'm making enough money in the deal. I can absorb that in the deal, but I just leveraged my way in the deal. I got some cash into myself. I said, well, I like to keep money so I can pounce on other deals. You have so much working capital, but I could access other people's money. And he was ecstatic to make 25% interest. The bank doesn't pay 25%, and it's secured by real estate. So you can reach me directly, 438-3838 anytime. Just leave a message with the service, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, it's that easy, my friends. Call Michael Brown. Find out more information about your particular real estate situation, whether you're an unhappy landlord, upside down in your situation, or you need to have some options. Call Michael Brown, 438-3838. And remember, we're here for the rest of this hour on AM 790 WNIS. Stick around. We'll be right back.